Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. Yes, this is Ron, and today we will be looking through all of the Resident Evil demos, starting with Resident Evil 2. That's right. I just did a Demo Daze video, and, all those games that I featured were the new stuff in there, but I kept noticing, I was like, oh, there's a Resident Evil demo? And then I thought about maybe adding them to that video, but there was literally 6 Resident Evil demos, 6 or 7, and we're gonna go through them here. But yeah, there was a lot, so I just thought, you know what? I've never really played, except for like the opening of Resident Evil 1. I've never really played a Resident Evil game, so maybe I should sit down and just play through each of them and get a taste for them. And I've never had the desire to purchase a Resident Evil game either, and so Again, the first game, it's so different than these, and these are all the more modern remakes and sequels that you're going to see here. This Resident Evil 2 is the modern remake of the original Resident Evil, which, just like the first game, had tank controls and was pretty hard to deal with, even back in the day when we were used to... I mean, tank controls were brand new, I should say, when the first Resident Evil came out. But by the second one, they'd gotten them down pretty good. You know, you had the first Devil May Cry and stuff like that, so tank controls got better and better, but then finally, thankfully, they just got rid of them. And what you're seeing now is the gussied up, new-looking, modern version of 2. And, yeah, I played through it. It was alright. It was engaging, real puzzly right off the bat, though. Alright, now moving on to Resident Evil 3. And this one, again, unlike 2, I did play the opening, a little opening of this in the original game. And this one is also remade to look beautiful, and I think they're doing that with all the games. I don't know if they'll do 5 and 6. I mean, 7 and 8, well, they're going to be in this video, because they have demos of them as well. Yay! But I don't know if they'll remake 5 or 6, but they just recently did 2, 3, and 4, and... which begs the question, did they do a full remake for Resident Evil 1? I thought they did, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so maybe I'm wrong. I know there's a director's cut for Resident Evil 1, but I thought they did a full remake of it, but maybe it's just 2, 3, and 4? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know about that in the comments below. But anyways, here we go with Resident Evil 3. Yeah, it's all right. It's fun. It's got a good look. Again, like Resident Evil 2, it's just a short section, and then after the section is done, that big monster, I can't remember its name, but it's on the title screen and the cover of the game. Oh God, what is it called? It doesn't matter. Anyways, they made it in this game kind of like Kojima Everywhere, where at multiple moments throughout the game, this monster springs up. Kind of like Sephiroth in the Final Fantasy VII remake, because I don't believe this monster was ever in early parts of the game. It was only the final boss, as far as I know. So they added that to this game, and I believe, and that makes a big difference to the storyline and such. Anyway, I barely know anything about these games. It's great. Alright, Resident Evil 4, the Chainsaw Demo. I've always heard good things about Resident Evil 4. I have a bunch of friends who were very excited that this was coming out. And again, gameplay for the original does not look like this. It's still pretty early. I don't think this game had tank controls. I'm not sure. It was more of an older. It was more of an I can speak. It was more of an over-the-shoulder shooter, with kind of a fixed camera, I believe, or a camera following the shoulder, kind of like this, what you see right now. But yeah, this is Resident Evil 4, and I like the way it looks, and it is different than the other two. You're not just in a confined space. You're kind of out in the open, but it is very levelly. And then this is why they call it the chainsaw demo right here, because at the end of the level, here comes this crazy guy with a chainsaw, and then all the town's villagers who've gone crazy are attacking you. So the section's really hard. I don't know why they chose this to be the demo or the beginning of the game. It seems like it's just the beginning of the game. But yeah, what a tough section to just run into so early on there. Yeah, you are dead. Yeah. Fun stuff. So that was Resident Evil 4. Now we're moving on to Resident Evil 7, the beginning hour demo. So it's just the first hour of Resident Evil 7, also called Biohazard. This one is free to play on if you have PS Extra, which I do, so I will at some point, probably during Halloween, be sitting down to actually play this game. They do have a lot of other Resident Evil games on PS Premium, but that's all the old versions of Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, and a bunch of other spin-offs like Code Veronica and Something X and Resident Evil Revelations, which we will be seeing some of that, or Resident Evil Revelations 2. We will be seeing some of that as well, because apparently there's a demo for that, even though it's an old game. But it's available to play in the demo store. Again, all of these, you just go to demos under games, and yeah, like half of all Resident Evil games are there to just try out. It's pretty cool. So Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is it's first person. I don't know if you can change your view. I know you can with Village, which is coming up next, but it's mainly first person. It almost has like an Outlast kind of feel to it. I haven't honestly played Outlast, but it's more of like a viewing horror game. You do have a gun and stuff, but it seems pretty almost like a playable movie or something, but with little elements of interactivity. But yeah, I'm going to be playing that. All right, moving on to The Village, and I hope this as well. This is Resident Evil 8, and I hope eventually as well this does come to PS Extra for free, because I am really excited about this one, and after playing the demo, I really do like it, and I'm interested in it. Compared to a lot of the games here, which were good and interesting and dark and gory, but they didn't necessarily make me want to play them, because they all kind of seemed the same and kind of arduous and downtrodden. I mean, again, it is zombie games, so they gotta be dark and bleak. But, you know, playing them all in a row probably was kind of a bad idea, because there is a sameness to the gameplay and stuff. And here again is first person. This game you can change, like I said, between first and third person, so you can have the over-the-shoulder. There, I said it right. You can have the over-the-shoulder look if you are a fan of that instead. So, there you go. Resident Evil, what is this? 8? Yeah, 8. The Village. Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to try to play it as soon as I can. All right, and the final video of the night, or game of the night, or demo of the night, is Resident Revelations 2, or Resident Evil 2 Revelations? I think it's Resident Evil 2 Revelations. That's the way it kind of looks on that title screen there. This was a bummer to to play at the end of playing all those other ones. I should have played it before everything. This one has that same thing, dark, dreary areas. You run around, you shoot some zombies in the head. However, you can switch gameplay between the two female protagonists, which is interesting. So you can move around as the girl with the light, or you can switch to the gal with the gun when you need to take out a zombie. So that's some fairly interesting gameplay there. But yeah, you know, 40 minutes of this on a demo was all I needed, unfortunately. You know, it's PS3 era. It's probably early PS3 era, based on like the graphics here, like as you see in these cinematics. Yeah, PS3 for sure. But because of that age and because of, I don't know, just the style of the game, it just didn't pull me in. Compared to the other ones. I guess my final thought out of all of this is, why did I do this? I knew this was going to happen, and it would just become samey. But also, God, I can't wait to play Resident Evil 8. 7 scares me. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, 8, looking forward to it. Alright, there you go. Dork points fully earned. That was all the demos I played. Resident Evil, I can't even say it anymore. Alright, good night.